What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a good day today. It's Thursday, so the week is almost over, so I know I'm getting a little happier and happier as days go by. That being said, I just wanted to jump into today's video real quick, and I had a question for you. I'm a Vim user. I just put a poll out on my community posts that asks whether you're Vim, NeoVim. I asked a while back, which text editor people used, and I put a video out recently about the text editor war between Vim and Emacs, which really Emacs I know is not a text editor. It's an eLisp interpreter, and it's so much more. It's this, that, and the other thing, but for most people, when you hear Emacs, you think text editor. I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of it. That being said, I wanted to pose this question to everybody, and I wanted to ask and kind of showcase the two of the different ways that you can use Vim to have multiple files and edit and work with multiple files at the same time. So that being said, let's go ahead and launch into a terminal here real quick, and we are going to go ahead and clear the screen, and we are going to zoom in. Now, say I want to open up my auto start file for my herbsluft config. So I would basically, what I would do is I could either cd all the way over into that directory, or I could just do vim.config herbsluft and then auto start. So basically from the command line I'd type vim and then the path to the file, hit enter, and there we are. We have the file open, correct? Okay. Nothing new there, nothing shocking, nothing surprising. Okay, the two ways I want to talk about working with multiple files is one, splits, and the other, tabs. And I'm just kind of curious as to what people prefer. So if you could, after this video, if you watch this video, like, subscribe, share, whatever you're going to do, great, I appreciate it. But leave me a comment in the bottom there. Let me know what you use, what you prefer, and why. Are you a splits person? Are you a tabs person? Yeah, just kind of let me know what your preference is. I'm really a glutton for punishment when it comes to hearing everything. I like to hear what everybody has to say, and sometimes that turns into a kind of a headache and a nightmare, but you know what? Such is life. So, first things we're going to do is we're going to show splits. And basically, I have my split set to leader CS is going to close the split, leader SS is going to give me a horizontal split, and leader VS is going to give me a vertical split. Then to go back and forth between the splits, I have control and the arrow keys. Yes, the arrow keys, not HJKNL, yada yada yada. Don't hate me, but that's that's how I do it. My machine, my rules, that's that. So, that being said, if I do a leader key, which again is the space bar, if I do leader and I do SS, that's going to give me a split. So you can see I'm down on the bottom split right now, and if I do control up, that's going to put me up on the upper split. So that's one way I can split. If I do leader and I do CS, sorry, I'm not hitting it fast enough, that's going to close that split. So now I'm back to a single file. If I do leader VS, that's going to give me a vertical split, and then control arrow keys are going to move me back and forth between the two splits. And if I do leader CS again, that's going to close the split. So, splits, that's one way you can work with multiple files at the same time, and I could do a leader VS and then a leader SS, and I could have all these different splits going all over the screen, but that kind of gets cluttered. And I know it's not very often that you're working with more than two files at a time, but I know there's people out there that do. I know that in the future I probably will be as well, and so I've been just kind of practicing and messing around with doing different ways of doing things, because right now splits is the way I've done things with Vim. If I need to do something, I open up a split, and there I have my multiple files. So let's close two of these. Now, the other way you can do it is by using tabs. And what we can do is, I don't have these set up the hotkeys yet or anything like that, because basically I've just started messing around with these. But basically, if we go into command mode and I do TABE, and then I hit a space and I do a path to the file. So if I do home.config, if I could type, and then I do herbsluft, no, not helix. Well, I really can't type today. And say I want to get into polybar. And I hit tab, let's go to my polybar void config. And I hit enter. Now, you can see up here I've got my .config herbsluft auto start, and I've got my .config herbsluft polybar void configuration. So, now instead of having the screen broken up and segmented for the different files, I basically have each file on its own tab, and then I can actually navigate between the tabs with the, if I'm in normal mode and I hit GT, that's going to toggle back and forth between the tabs. Now GT, like G lowercase t, is going to move one to the right. So if I had like 5 files open, it would keep moving me to the right, not just back and forth between the two. and then G capital T, if I was all the way over on the 5th file, it would bring me back to the left. So it just depends on how many files you have open. G lowercase t goes to the right, G uppercase T goes to the left. But when you have just 2, either one of them will just toggle right back and forth between the 2. So, that being said, I don't really know if I prefer this or not yet. I do have to say, though, I'm starting to like it. Because, like I said, when you do splits, you get a lot of clutter on your screen, and things start to get a little ugly looking. And, you kind of things start running together, and it can just be difficult. Now, for most of my files, it's not a problem because they're pretty small. I don't have long lines on a lot of them, and I can really just get in there, knock out what I want to do, and get out, because I'm not a programmer, I'm not a coder, I'm not any of that stuff that, I live in these files for any extended period of time. But I'm working towards that. That's part of what my degree is, and so I'm just trying to figure out new ways to become more efficient, and this is one of the things that I'm trying out, is using tabs in Vim. So, that being said, let me know what you think. Let me know what your preference is. Do you prefer tabs, or do you prefer splits? Maybe there's another way that you prefer to do things, but by all means, let me know what you think. Let me know the way you handle it, and yeah, so hopefully, if you didn't know about tabs, again, that command is, you go into command mode, and you press TABE space, and then you put the path to the file. I'm actually going to put this to a hotkey here before too long in my vimrc, and that will make it a little easier. But yeah, that being said, let me know what way you do it and why you like it that way. So I hope you have a great rest of your week, great weekend, and God bless.